Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the number one Magic the Gathering podcast of Puerto Rico, the Cardboard Cave. And I am one of your hosts, John Ramos, and welcome again. So don't forget, guys, let's go ahead and go off the top with a couple of things. Remember that you guys can pass by to altersleeves.com, use our affiliated link or our promo code to get 5% off your order, and as well, this will be helping us and supporting us well around in the cardboard cave as well. If you guys love our merchandise, we do have a merchandise store that you guys can go ahead, click the link on the bottom or on the down low if you're on YouTube, and you guys can go ahead and wear our swag um, every day that you want. And then as well, guys, remember, follow us in all of our social media that you guys can go ahead, be notified when a new video comes out and when we're live on Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube. And one more thing, next week, I know that we mentioned it was going to be this Wednesday, but next week we are going to be announcing the winners of the TikTok giveaway because we changed it up a little bit, and we're going to be giving out three winners a basic land of the secret layer drops, and then when we hit 1,000 followers, we will have a bigger giveaway for one lucky follower on TikTok. So if you guys love TikTok, go ahead. We post there daily questions as well, our tips for Commander, and our podcast as well. And then as well, we will have something new that it will be a little bit much more in depth in what you want to take out or upgrade of your Commander with one of our hosts that I'm going to be presenting right now. This is the Master of the Dark Arts, the one and only JP.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, JP? How are you doing today?
No, just pretty good.
Pretty good. So, if you guys are see the title is Dominaria Not So United, because there's a couple of things that have been happening around the set, and and I don't know, people like the set, people don't like the set, then people are questioning the rise of prices in some cards. But hey, the set has not released yet, so um, it will happen. When you'll see the price drop will be this week. That is when it's the official release of Dominaria United. So JP, you did get to play the.
I didn't get to
I
play
didn't get
the
to play,
pre-release
right?
since there was a problem with the uh, you know it being Puerto Rico. You can't have nice things, and there was a power outage, and we just couldn't do the pre-release. But I got my kit. I opened my kit. I played with my kit.
Cool. I
Uh,
did. I did get to play draft, but I draft on Arena.
okay,
In
so
Arena,
I
it's not the same.
I opened, I think, a Defiler of Flesh. No, I opened the Defiler of Dreams because if I was just opening my packs and seeing what I would have made. I would have probably made a blue black control deck with probably there was like this huge 6 or 7 drop creature that was in blue. I could have probably played the Defiler of Dreams as a Flying Sphinx. I could just beat face while also having I got 2 Volhars, which is like a Merfolk Looter,
hmm
and the Rona, and I got two of those. So I've been like pretty solidly in blue black. I didn't get many good blue black commons and uncommons, but other than cut down's pretty damn good. But I would have been relying on those big pieces anyways.
Well, in my
Uh,
draft, when I drafted in Arena, I did a red green deck. It was pretty aggro. I didn't have big creatures. I had small creatures with haste, or and as well I had what was the most of my synergy was put the small creatures, and then other creatures would trigger because enter ETB effects, and then I had the new Rada that that has
yeah.
domain. So
Yes.
I only had one copy of her, but it would always come when I needed it the most. Um, it was a great, it was fun. The pre-release, at least it's not as well the same experience playing in house, right? But it was really fun. I did get to, I think I got to 6-3, so I lost my three times, but I did get 6 wins, so I did get another pre-release, another draft for free in terms of gems. So it was a win-win situation because I didn't waste money. I wasted gold. So I looted gold to get to get more, to get another opportunity to play again. I didn't get rare cards in this one. I just went. Oh wait, I did get one rare, the green rare card that you can like search for 3 creatures and you let your opponent choose the stack.
Realms Uncharted. Realms
Yes,
is it Realms Uncharted? No, Realms
I don't
Uncharted
remember.
sounds like a. Uh,
Oh, dang it.
no, Realms Uncharted is like very similar, but it's for lands. Uh, that's why I got confused.
Let
Like
me
it does the
see.
same thing. You look for four lands, and your opponent chooses two, and the other two go to the graveyard. This one, you choose 2 creatures, and uh, your opponent chooses 2 of them, and the rest go to your library, and you just shuffle them back.
Threat undetected. That's the card.
Threats undetected. Okay.
Threats undetected. That's the only rare that I got because obviously, but it was going for the theme. So, but I would say that the MVP of the draft was this card, Viashino Branch Rider. It's a 1 drop 1/1 that has kicker of 2 and 1 green. It has haste, and if you kick it, it gets 2+1/+1 counters, and as well, it has another ability that if you pay 1 red and 2, it gets +2/+0 until end of turn. That was like the MVP. I was running like six of those in the deck. And then the other card that I really did like that I was using in the draft, I don't remember. I know it was a green card. Let me see if I can find it by any chance. Yeah, I don't find it, but Rada was another card that I used a lot. It was a great card. Oh, here it is. Uh, the other 2 cards that I liked in green was Hex Bane Tortoise. It's a 3 drop, a green and 2, ward 2, and has enlist. I never used the enlist ability. And then the other one was Llanowar Stalker. It's a 1 drop that says whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, Llanowar Stalker gets +1/+0. Great card. It was fun. It was fun. I'm not gonna lie. It's a good set to draft. You know, I hope that I could get to draft with people. I hope. Um, so let's go ahead. Let's start one off the top. This one I just wanted to mention it because it's really interesting what the world does with Magic the Gathering. So in Australia, guys, if if you live in Australia, you can get your um, bubble tea Magic the Gathering inspired. So it's until September 12th. So you still got a couple of days if you're in Australia. Let me see. Let me see if I can go to the website. No, this is not the one. Oh man, there was a place that you could have gotten the the names. They're all themed out.
It's nice to see that it's like just all bubble tea and teas and just like milk teas.
I know, right? The thing is that they have. Let me see even because they I had a. Oh, there you go. So it's Jaja Juice, Liliana's Necrofancy Taro. Where's the other ones? This is how do you call it, a. Oh, look, they even have like you can learn how to play. This is new. I did not check this out. Win a cool Dominaria prize pack. Wow, they went all ahead. So we got Jaja Juice. Oh, here's the other one. Oh no, that's not the one. See if I can find the other ones.
No.
Nah. Oh man. So if you're a Australian listener, I know this is going to be up tomorrow. So if you're an Australian listener, so you can order the Jaja Juice. It is grape green tea with strawberry pearls. And then the Liliana's Necrofancy Taro is taro milk tea with pearls and herbal jelly, and that's it. Because the other ones, I know that the other two, I think one was Teferi, and then the other one was a Johnny. Those were the two other flavors that were available. So, what do you think about this, JP? I know it's something crazy, but
It's just something odd but yet interesting. You know, I've never heard of Gong Cha,
me neither.
and I mean, we probably have a few franchises here in Puerto Rico that other places definitely don't have. So it's not like it's surprising. There's multi world franchises, and then there's like country franchises and more, and
Mm-hmm.
then there's more local franchises. So it makes sense. I'm just surprised that like it's you just chose a franchise that was willing to do this, and it'll work. I don't know. I feel like it works, and it's a great way to promote something in a pretty unique way.
But you know what? Don't you miss the fact that Wizard of the Coast used to do this more often?
They did.
Because yeah, they used to do this more often. They would collaborate with other brands to bring in more stuff, like back in like way back in the day. Because the thing is that I'm in a group that it's called Magic the Gathering Memorabilia. So it's a group in Facebook where people post their like old school memorabilia, and sometimes they sell them, and you get to see so many things that you were like, what? There, I have seen Nike brand shirts with Wizard of the Coast lettering, or the Planeswalker logo. I've seen a couple of shoes. There was a collaboration with Converse once, a long time ago. Obviously, there was one that was like I think it was like 4 years ago. There was a collaboration with Reebok that they made some Jace shoes. Um, a lot of like different style of statues. Really interesting. Like
You have to see like when did Hasbro kind of like took
yeah,
major
took the
control,
take major
and
control.
and then that's when you can see like depending on when the things kind of stopped, because it would make sense that Hasbro would take over and make sure that only their brand works with their brand. That's why a lot of the things like My Little Pony and the what's it called, Transformers cards that were silver bordered, that were promo cards. That was like the start of everything
Mm-hmm.
in
That
terms of
is true.
like how everything becomes Universes Beyond and everything so far. So considering that we are using Universes Beyond now, more crossovers might happen, but it all depends on how they're received.
No, exactly. So, the next thing that we're going to be talking about, that we already took the bonus one, because I totally forgot about that one. Um, but the bonus, that was the bonus one. Let's talk about what recently happened last weekend. So if you guys follow us in TikTok, we in TikTok is where we usually post our news, like not news, but things that happen in the community very quickly, and then we post them on Facebook. But during the weekend of the pre-release, something very interesting happened. So Brothers War has been announced already due to the event that Wizard of the Coast had a couple of weeks ago, celebrating the Magic 30. But Brothers War was only announced as with key arts and what we would be expecting. But thanks to Amazon pre-order, we have box art, prizes. I mean prices, not prizes. Price and what's going to be available for all of us in regards to and as well the I think I do have the pre-release kits as well.
Yes, yes. That's my favorite part.
Let me see if I have the there you go.
There they are.
So besides the fact that we're going to be getting the same treatment as all standard sets, we're getting a jumpstart set, we're getting a draft set, collectors, and as well one commander, because there is like a darkened commander in if you see the
Yeah,
pictures, but the most
it's usually
interest
two.
exactly usually two, but in this and the pre-order they only show one, so maybe the other one is still not confirmed probably in Amazon. But the most interesting part is that there are these two kits that came up out of nowhere, and people started talking and speculating what this set is going to be.
It's
So, so this the two kits is one says Urza's Iron Alliance and Mishra's Burnished Banner. So JP, I feel that you're anxious to talk about this. Go ahead,
I
take the
I
floor.
just I just want to say I'm choosing like everyone I've heard it was like, oh yeah Urza, oh yeah Urza, but I'm excited for Mishra's burnished banner. I'm all on Mishra's side. I have my reasons, but I'm very excited to see like what because whenever they do this type of thing, they give you a small themed booster for the pre-release.
Yep.
So last time they did this was in Nuka Pena.
Mm-hmm.
With Nuka Pena, you chose a faction base, and they gave you in the little pre-release booster a little extra few cards pertaining to that faction, and you could use those cards in the set and like for the game for the
Correct.
pre-release. And I'm just excited to see like what cards, because let's say you choose Urza, now you have more chances to get something like a Karn card
Mm-hmm.
or an Urza related card. People and people that are allied with Urza. So in this case, I'm just really excited to get someone that's allied with Mishra.
I like it. I like for me particularly, I like when the pre-releases have factions or tribes or like when we went back to Ravnica that it was all
You could
depending
choose,
on
yeah, you could choose the
the
guilds.
guild. I like it more like that because I think it's a little bit much more fun because you as a fan of certain colors, you would
You
go
get to choose.
you get to choose the colors that you want, but then what you want is that when you open your pre-release kit, you want to play your colors, but then it's a 50-50 chance if you do or not.
Yeah, yeah.
um,
There's always a possibility you open like the chase mono black rare and all your and you only get like three mono black cards that
yeah,
aren't even like worth it comparison to the rest of your like blue green cards, because they're all the better, and you know you can better blue green deck. But for the most part,
one of the
it
things
that does
that
happen sometimes. But I'm just like, ah, this set, I don't know why this set just hits me like I wasn't playing by the time
me either.
this whole event happened in the Magic the Gathering storyline. I entered in M15, which is like right before Khans of Tarkir, which is where Sarkin's story starts.
Yeah.
That's exactly when I started. I'm pretty sure that's around where you started as well, John. Right?
Yes.
So we've been playing since around 2014, and this happened like years ago.
Years ago, yes.
So
Like,
just reading about it and seeing all the old cards and actually getting to experience what happened in those sets and seeing another like nostalgia basically set. We have said in previous episodes that Wizards of the Coast is following a somewhat of a pattern, since they're using a lot of nostalgia sets, and
mm-hmm.
well, it's selling obviously, because
Yep.
you get a new plane every year. You get planes that would further the storyline. You get a returning plane, and then you get a nostalgia set, and it's been roughly around that same formula for around 2 to 3 years already, and it's been working. I mean, they've been
Mm-hmm.
selling packs like crazy. So
No, yeah. One of the things that if in one of the TikToks that I made was asking everybody what was like the first card that you had, and then my first card was this because when I started playing Magic, um, I started playing Magic because my friends were playing Commander, and I asked them like, "Hey, what's obviously that question like, oh, is that what's this card game?" And when they told me what it was, what it is, and how you play it, I did not know where to start. So I just back in the day, I would love to buy things on eBay. So I bought this commander deck off of eBay, the very most shittiest, and it was not even a pre-con. That's the sad part. Um, so I bought this guy's 100 card commander deck. I don't remember right now. I don't have my phone, so I don't remember the card. Um, and then from there, the set that was still running by that time was uh, I don't remember, but the Shocklands were still available in Standard. Blood Crypt was one of the Shocklands because you would still find uh, Raft. What was the name of the set? I forgot. Where Blood Crypt was Blood Crypt set. Let me see if I can
the Crypt
find
has only been reprinted in every Ravnica set. So original Ravnica, Return to Ravnica block, like
Return to
original Ravnica
Ravnica.
block, Return to Ravnica block, and then the Guilds of Ravnica block, which is the
So it was
Lords.
Return to Ravnica was still on the standard block, and then after that, that's when my friends were like, "Hey, let's just start with this, and then we can build up your commander." And then that's when I met Scion the Ur Dragon, and Khans of Tarkir came out, Dragons of Tarkir, and then that's when my wallet just exploded because Scion by that time was a very expensive commander back in those times. Um, so I didn't get to play this. I did get to one of the highlights that I love to say is that I did get to play um, one of the first CD-ROMs that let you learn how to play Magic. I remember this because my cousin was the one that gave it to me, and he had an all elf tribal deck with Elvish Champion, and that was the much that I remembered of that. But one of the things that is very interesting, JP, is the prices. The prices are not the inflated price that we just got for in the recent set of Dominaria United. You do see, obviously, this is Amazon, so the prices will be a little bit lower. And then when
And they'll
you
also fluctuate.
exactly, and they'll also fluctuate depending on the store. But if again the prices are a little bit much more, we would say better. So 217 for the collector booster box, 119 for set the gift bundle, the bundle gift edition. That's the one that brings you a collector booster pack. My bad. Um, 111 for the draft, 36 for the bundle, 36 for the commander that has no face yet. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited for Brothers War. I really do want to see what brings on this set. What do you expect? What are your expectations for Brothers War?
There's only one thing in my mind. One word. One beautiful, beautiful woman.
Oh God,
If
yes,
Ashnod does not appear, I riot.
you will riot.
I will
What?
riot. Ashnod needs
Why?
to appear. Okay?
Why?
Ashnod is Mishra's right hand.
Okay.
So
Yeah, you
that's
just
why
want another altar,
that's why
don't
I'm
you?
Mishra. That's why I'm on Mishra's hand. Ashnod Altar is my favorite card of all time.
That is true, guys. That is true. Well, JP
Right.
is the master of the
I
dark
basic
arts.
like I basically run it in every single deck I
Yep.
can, and even when I can't, I sometimes forced it for a bit.
I think that JP isn't that like the card that you have most reprinted, right, in your
I
collection.
At one point I had 13 Ashnod's Altar in addition to one in each of my 9 decks that I had built at the moment. That
Holy
was what
shit!
22 Ashnod's Altar. I have since not.
Damn.
I've since given away a bunch and traded away a bunch. I currently have like 5, 6, maybe. This is a
Okay,
lot less. This is a lot
it
less,
is a lot less.
and I need to get more because I'm making more decks that kind of want it again. So
I've noticed that there are certain. Well, right now I'm building Rick Grimes on Night Tribal, so uh, I've noticed that when you run like specific colors like white, green, uh, blue, there are certain cards in Commander that are so repetitive that you then notice yourself like, why do I have so many mana rocks when I need a lot of Path to Exiles and a lot of Swords to Plowshare? And I'm going crazy because these are simple cards that I still don't have. And this Saturday, I'm supposed to meet up with Carlos because he has a couple of cards that I bought for him from him of Double Master. Plus, I bought a couple of Secret Layers as well from him. So I was like, I wrote to him, I'm like, if you only knew that I'm buying the Secret Layers because they has a specific card I need. And he just started laughing. And I'm like,
yep,
yes, because for example, um he still had the Pride Secret Layer,
yeah.
and I bought it because it has Bearscape.
And you need
And
Bearscape.
and I need Bearscape for my Ajula commander that I'm currently building. So, and I know that I think that there's a Soul Ring as well in the set. So,
Yeah.
most of the cards I just want them as well for cosmetic because I like my commanders to look pretty. Um, but as well, there's certain cards that I need. I bought the Arcane one because it has Rhystic Studies,
Yeah, that was a good card.
and I need Rhystic Studies for my um
Short guy.
no, Shirk already has it. I need it for Joda, for the new Joda commander that I'm already fixing up. So, you know, and I'm like, oh my god, dude! Like, I'm just buying these cards because these secret layers because I need a one or two cards from them. Even though I even bought the Phyrexian one just because I need Elish Nor. I told them like, yeah,
Speaking
just
speaking of which, I've been making a mono blue deck.
Yeah.
So I was opening my packs from the set boosters
Mm-hmm.
because they give you like whenever I buy a kit, they give you two set
Yeah,
boosters
two sub
at the
boosters. Yeah.
stores. Yeah, I opened one set booster, and I was like, oh look, this is braids. Braids is beautiful. One of the mono black cards that I got, and then behind braids, I got Jingataxius Core,
Oh God.
the mono blue.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to run it in my mono blue deck.
Right now, I have a couple of cards that I want from Dominaria United. But the two ones that I really do want on the spot is Joda, the Unfiling, and Timeless Lotus. There is one from one of the commander decks, but I can just buy that one as a single because it's the board wipe that says destroy everything that's not mono, that it's multi. No, destroy creatures that are not multicolored, something like that. I don't remember the exact name of the card. But the reason why I want the Lotus is because it's a legendary artifact, and Joda's ability lets
Works
me
with legendaries, yeah.
exactly works with legendaries. So I was looking at my commander because I started changing it again. I removed all the gates and put it the fetch lands and added all my shock lands, and then I was like, I have Thran Dynamo. I can change Thran Dynamo for the Timeless Lotus, and it's a legendary. So if I do cast a 6 mana Planeswalker, I can go ahead and probably that could be the one on the top because
Or
Joda
if you
says
play, or if you play the 5 mana Lotus, you could get something for 4 mana,
exactly. So
and so on and so
and so
forth.
on and so forth. So that's what I'm trying to do. Try to make it as more legendary based, but super friends. Because again,
Uh, I do still suggest you add that Captain Sisay, like Sisay, the Weatherlight Captain.
that is the white one, right?
Yes, because she
I
like
think I have her
last time
still.
we mentioned, like, you have one because you used to use her
Yeah, I
as one
used
of
her as my
your, yeah.
commander.
Because remember last time we said that with Joda out, Joda's all 5 colors, so she automatically is as a 3 mana 7/7. In
Mm-hmm.
addition to Joda's ability giving her plus X, where X is the number of legendaries you control.
Yeah.
So at minimum, your Sisei will be a 9/9, and if you just pay 5 mana, you can look for anything that's worth 8 or less and put it into
Mm-hmm.
play.
Yeah, I can play
Ugin.
Nicol Bolas. I can play
You
an
could play,
Ugin.
and now you can decide, like, if you decided you can just play an Ugin, like that's
Yes.
that's that's pretty damn strong.
Yes, it is.
So that's why I feel like Sisei is like a must have in that deck.
Yeah, I'm still, there's still things that I'm trying to add and take out because um I noticed that I didn't have single target removal.
You had a lot of board wipes.
I have a lot of board wipes, so I lowered the board wipes. I'm looking for more single target removal. Um,
Generally speaking, I run 3 board wipes. I can run more, and sometimes, like, Ayara used to run 5,
mhm.
but for the most part, I've noticed that if you have a proper amount of card draw, you're gonna get into your board wipes. Uh,
Mhm.
so I feel like 3 is like the perfect amount, but 5, I can understand why people will go to 5. I wouldn't go higher than that though.
Yeah, so that's why I'm right now changing it up. I did went back to my old mana base. I had 10 basics, and the rest were fetch lands and shock lands.
Shocks, yeah.
The only sad part is that my fetch lands are proxies. I am planning on buying them.
No,
Uh,
you have a few. You don't have, like, or so it's fine.
so so the only fetch proxy that I couldn't find was Windswept
Windswept
Heath.
Heath,
Yeah,
yeah.
and then what I did was that I added a Triome from New
And again,
Capenna.
you're missing probably like command tower, city of brass, exotic orchard.
I already have Command Tower. Do I have Exotic Orchard? I think I do have Exotic
I'm
Orchard.
pretty sure you do. It's a
Um, I do have Karn's Bastion for Proliferate,
proliferate. Yeah.
and I do have Command Beacon. Um,
I
what's
don't
the
think
other?
you really need command beacon though.
You think?
That's interesting.
I know that when I had Golos, I used it more for Golos because Golos would, instead of like paying
People
so
would
much
kill Golos a lot.
tax. Yeah, so I'm still nitpicky and not nitpicking. I'm still tweaking it because I do have a lot of planeswalkers and I want to start cutting a couple of them to add more resourceful cards. Um, so there's a lot of building going on with this commander.
Yeah.
But I'm
I've never
super
built a
excited.
5 color deck, so thinking
This
of
would be
thinking of mana bases and ramp gives me a slight headache.
so this would be, I think, like my fifth or sixth attempt of having a five colored commander. Yeah.
That's a lot of 5 color decks.
Yes. Now I'm going a little bit monocolored. I do have
Hey, same.
I have Rick that half of the commander is on its way.
What about your the enchantment one?
Oh, that one I still have it. That one I still have it.
Okay.
I'm still missing. I still am missing cards that Carlos has again because he has a lot of the cards that I need. Um, but I am still missing. I think like one or two enchantments that I want to buy, like Daybreak Coronet and I forgot the name of the other one. But there's a couple of enchantments that I still want to buy due to that the deck has so many like one drop enchantment auras and it's kind of like it's fine that you can find another one drop or whatnot, but it's really good that if you do play a big one you get to choose a lot, but the whole point of the card is to add as many you can, right? So uh but it's a fun. The other one that I have is the mono red one, the Chandra one. That one I'm still tweaking. Wanted to make it a little bit more instant and sorcery base, because right now it's just jank. It's just jank mono red. And the other two commanders that I'm right now currently in the lookout for cards and in the lookout to build is a Jula. That I still don't have a Jula, the most important card. And I am building the three colored dragon from Baldur's Gate, the one that makes the copies. Those are the other two
Mirim?
that yeah, Mern. I'm trying.
Yeah,
I'm building that one.
Mirim is a very strong deck.
Yes,
I've decided now that we're
I've
in
seen
like
list.
yeah, currently Raven, one of our friends has
Mm-hmm.
it. Another one of my friends has it, and another one is currently building it. It's like 3 people have it and or are building it, and it's a very strong deck.
I can
Uh,
imagine.
Going that we're talking about our decks is like I'm making the mono blue deck.
Yeah.
I'm making the mono red deck. I decided to make the mono green deck as well. It's the least
Okay.
one, but it's just in concept. Considering I have I have a lot of mono green cards I'm just not using,
Okay.
and then I'm just gonna be missing a mono white deck. I don't know what commander I should make, but once I have that, I'll have one for each mono colored.
One of the decks that I want to add to the building, but first I want to finish Rick, and then I want to finish obviously the ones that I have already created, and finish up the cards that I'm missing. But one of the cards that I'm recently interested in building is the Omnath, the one that it's four colors that has like a lot of landfall triggers.
The 4 color Omnath, yeah, it's
Yeah, the
pretty
one
good.
that's going to be a promo for one of like the big events in the
Yes,
LGS stores. So
yes.
that's the Omnath that I'm like aiming for to build next, as my next commander. Oh wait, and then I have one. that I'm missing a lot of cards, but that commander is my wife's commander. I made her a Demir Rogue Mill commander. I haven't tested it out yet, um, but I have that one. Is already finished, but it has the check cards as proxies. So that's another one that I'm currently as well trying to buy the cards that we can finish that one. Um, I know I say it's my wife, but I'm the one that's going to be ending up playing it. um, but going back to what we're talking about, so the next bit of like news, and this is just a rumor. It's just we don't know yet if it's true or not. But it was a great talk because this came out of the blue. So apparently, like the post that apparently Elishnorr has been leaked. Um, so this is apparently the Elishnorr from the Phyrexian. I think it's called Phyrexia All for One, if I'm not mistaken. So Elishnorr Legion
Machinist.
Machinist is a 1 and 2 white legendary creature Phyrexian Praetor. Has vigilance, and it says whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, creatures that players control gets -1/-1 until end of turn, and is a 2/4 apparently. So JP, you see this?
I
What do
am
you think?
very skeptical. I will
I
always
agree.
be a bit more skeptical because like there was a Sheoldred that got leaked and it was ended up being fake.
Fake, yeah.
Like these can be very well made and can be fake. One of the reasons why I think it might be faked is something that another friend of mine told me that whoever posted this photo, the original poster, had the art of Elish Norn as his profile picture before the Elish Norn was revealed, or
Okay.
before they revealed that. That's one of the things that has me like pretty messed up. Also, this is if this were real, is uh I feel like it's too much for standard. A 3 mana creature that does everything that does. It's an anthem and a removal spell at the same time. I could imagine this type of effect on Elish Norn, but at 3 mana is kind of tough. I'm ready to bite my words and bite my tongue if this happens to be real.
Do you imagine
You
this
know,
being real?
but
Holy shit.
I'm kind of skeptical.
I really, I don't know. Like, there's been so many leaks that I just see this, and then you can tell there's a lot of things that you can notice that are off. This is off. That means what was the other thing that I noticed that was off? If you see the actual picture, you'll notice that there's certain things that were like added in last minute. The these mana symbols look very off. The symbol of the set looks very off as well, and the the rest of the card looks fine. But those two things are the only two things that like pop out. That I'm like, I don't know. This is fake, you know. But then there is this other issue that there are so many websites that can help you out to make proxies that is like anything can happen.
And
So
if you're just good at Photoshop,
exactly, if you're good at Photoshop, hell yeah. I remember that I did my proposal to my wife was a legendary enchantment. I mean legendary artifact, the wedding ring. So JP, you know that we're Secret Layer always do. They have right now a super drop already
yeah.
live that we're going to talk about that in a second. But you know that all the time before the next super drop or the next secret layer has been announced, they always announce like the astrology lands. because they're trying to
Yes.
complete it. So I think we're only missing a couple, but right now they did showed us the Virgo astrology land. So this is the art of the land itself, and
It's
as
an
well,
island.
it's an island. You will be getting a couple. Let's check here. Oh, this is the 159.99. 5 times the Australia. You'll get 5 packs of 5 lands each. So it will be 20 lands in total.
No,
This is the
that's
foil
25.
for 25. Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah, 25. 25 lands in total. Um, this is the foil version. It will be 159.99, and the regular version, that's non-foil, is 119.99. Um, The release date is on October 31st, but if you're interested, you can just go to secretlayer.com, secretlayer.wizards.com, and you can make your order for your licenses. And as well, if you're a Virgo, or if you like the art is really nice. I really do like it.
That reminds me of Volcanic Island.
That's what I was going to say. It reminds me of Volcanic Island. But then let's just go and jump into the big guns. So JP, there we go.
It's the
We
bundle
have
bundle.
the bundle.
It
Uh,
has several ones. So the bundle will bring all the allied talismans, the
mm-hmm.
enemy talismans, in memoriam of Jaya, the Elder Dragons in stained
These are
glass from the Dominaria. Oh, and they're
page.
textured foils.
Yes.
I did not notice that. If you go a bit upwards, when you see the dragons, it'll say that they're textured foils. That's
Yes.
interesting. So you get all 5 original Elder Dragons in the textured foils, and you get an Imaginary Friends bundle, which is from the artist Janine L. Pask. I'm not sure how it's pronounced.
You
All of
said
those, the talismans
these,
are,
right?
yeah, those are the imaginary ones that are imaginary friends.
Is
It's Janine
Jenny L.
L.
Pasque.
Paske. So yeah, and Nils Hams Nil Ham is another one of the artists. So let's
Let's
go.
go.
Let's go by order. So we're seeing.
Okay, let me go back. Let me go back. Dude,
You can.
I think the first one was here we go. Matter. Yeah, matter.
So
Matter
we get,
reshaper.
yeah, we get Matter Reshaper. This is one of the imaginary friends ones.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Toothy.
in the imaginary friend, because of
Mm-hmm.
course.
We got Pyre.
Pure imaginative rascal, because of course you have, if you have Toothy, you need to have Pure.
Mm-hmm.
The Gitrog monster, which is interesting. I guess
Yes.
it's to understand because it's like even in Innistrad, it's like a tale,
Yeah,
like a fairy tale, like a tale to, so you to keep away from the swamp.
that is correct. I really do like the imaginary friends. It wouldn't be one that I would buy. Obviously, not a lot of the cards I would use. Probably
I actually feel
here.
like I would use that one specifically because I think I need a Toothy, because Toothy happens to be an illusion, and
Mm-hmm.
Min, the mono blue commander I'm making, cares about illusion and their power. Also, I might I've been like dabbling with the idea of making making my Gitrog monster deck again, but making it CEDH because it was nasty, and that Gitrog monster looks like Derpy,
Yeah, it looks really funny and
little
cool.
stupid Kermit the
Yeah.
Frog, and I like it.
And then the next one would be
Uh,
the
the, the
Nils
artist
Ham.
series, yeah, the artist series of Nils Ham. So we got Deep Glow Skate.
Deep Glow Skate. That says when Deep Glow Skate enters the battlefield, double the number of each kind of counters on any number of target permanents.
You run this
Yeah, I do. I have the
in
original,
Super
not the
Friends. Yeah,
original art, but the original one, the first one that came out.
yeah.
And then we have the next one that it's Tireless Tracker. It's a great card. It was a great card in Standard back in the day.
It was a great card in Modern when it started
Oh
seeing
well,
a lot
true.
of play.
That is true. That's true. Next card would be Contagion Engine. I like the fact that there's like you see at least in this one. In this one, you see like the OG Contagion Engine, and then people around it like looking at it weird.
Yep.
Sword of Truth and Justice.
Sadly, not one of the best swords, but it's okay. We got
Mm-hmm.
a theme there with the proliferate and the doubling of counters
Yep, that is true.
and adding of counters.
And then we have
Now
the
we have the
Victor.
artist series of Victor Adame Minguez, and they did a few, I think, Knight Exemplar
I
and Knight
you
of the
know
White Orchid.
you know what's the funny part?
Yes,
I ordered a Night Exemplar. I was gonna
yeah,
order this one, but then this one was already it was only in pre-order, and I'm like, damn it! I like it because it's stained glass. Well, it's not fully, but
yeah, the background.
the background, Jesus, looks so pretty.
Then we have the Knight of the White Orchid.
Mm-hmm. I think I did. Wait, this would have been the perfect secret layer for my mono white knights tribal with Rick. Jesus.
Lord
Lord
of
of
the
the
Undead,
Undead. Oh my god, I love this. This looks like it has so much Mad Max vibes.
and Compost.
Compost. Whenever a black card is put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, you may draw a card.
This card was recently talked about in like uh, the Command Zone podcast. So it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of interesting that they announced that they're going to be reprinting this card. I am not a fan of this type of effect because it's a like color specific effect, and
Yeah,
then suddenly you're playing mono green and you fight no one that's playing black. So it's a
exactly.
dead card. I'm not a huge fan of this, especially for someone like me that goes from like my play group is not a stable. Like I have some stable play groups, but I travel a lot in this case, so I play in a very different areas. I never have a stable play group, and I'll never make sure I have an opponent with playing black. Either way,
Mm-hmm.
I'm usually the one playing black, anyways.
Exactly. So then we got the one that it's
This is in
the
memoriam
in memoriam
of
of
Jaya.
Jaja.
Yeah, the
So we have
pyromancer's goggles.
Pyromancy's goggles. This is not. I didn't order this one. I ordered the Pyromancy gauntlet. I ordered it for the mono red commander, but I am actually looking forward for this secret layer. This is the probably the only one that I want to order for now because obviously I love red. You
Yep.
have the
Then we got
OG
Jaya
Jaja.
Ballard.
I like the art. Looks pretty.
It's interesting because the original art for Jaya Ballard is already her as an older woman,
Mm-hmm.
and this
Yep.
is like her original, like when she was still a
Young.
creature before
Yeah,
her
when she was a
Planeswalker
creature.
spark ignited.
And it's and this is the one from Dominaria.
Yeah,
The effects. Then we got Jaja's
immolating Inferno.
immolating inferno.
Uh,
Pyrotechnic ritual.
Heretic rituals.
Repercussion. Whenever a creature deals damage, returns deals that much damage to that creature's controller. And then the talismans.
All the talismans are made by Dan Frazier.
Mm-hmm.
and it contains all 10 talismans. So that was Talisman of Hierarchy, Talisman of Dominance, Talisman of Indulgence, Talisman of Impulse, and Talisman of Unity. Then you also have that's what that was one of the allied cycle, the
Yeah,
enemy
that was
cycle.
the
If I'm
island.
mistaken.
Right.
The allied and enemy they were kind of intertwined,
Yeah, yeah. They were
but
coming
that's
up
the allied
next.
cycle, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So these are the other ones.
And then we got the dragons and
The time. The dragons is very interesting because these dragons are
the
the
original elder
the
dragons.
original elder dragons that you have to pay at the beginning of your upkeep their colors. If not, they would be sacrificed
Sacrificed.
or
Yep.
banished because that's what the OG cards would say.
No,
Banished,
buried.
buried. My bad, buried. So we got Arcades, Chromium, Nicol Bolas, Vivictus Asmadi, and then Paladai Moors. That is interesting because you would pay so much mana. That's 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 mana for a 7/7 that only has Flying Trample. And if you don't pay the colors, you would have to bury it.
But these five cards are the originators of why
Mm-hmm.
our format is called EDH, as in Elder Dragon Highlander,
That
also
is
known
true.
as Commander.
Here are the other talismans.
There's the Talisman of Hierarchy, the Talisman of Creativity, the Talisman of Resilience, the Talisman of
Conviction.
Conviction, and the Talisman of Curiosity. These are
You
the
did you did mention to me at the beginning that this one
the
was,
Talisman of Progress.
yeah, it was
It's the first
reprinted.
time it's getting reprinted. This is a $14, $15 card. If we check the price tag, it's probably going to be lower by now. But this card was expensive, like for no apparent reason other than it had no reprints.
Down. So JP, tell me, you're a person that um I think you have not bought in a secret layer, right?
Well, I've been gifted a singular card from Secret Layers, but I haven't bought Secret Layers.
Okay, but how about does this one catch your eye?
Uh, this one actually has a few cards I might be using. So kinda, yeah. I need a toothy. I kind of want to peer for a future project, maybe like a +1 counters based thing. I want all the talismans, but for the most part, I only really care about one, which is the Talisman of Conviction for my Osgear, because I really want to foil that deck out and make it all pretty.
Yes, that is
There's
always the goal.
no, but just specifically Osgear, because Osgear is my favorite deck. But for the most part, comparison to others, yeah, I would be interested in this, but it's mostly because it has pieces I'm actually looking for.
Okay.
The last time I felt this way was like one of the super drops where Bitter Blossom and Blood Gas
Mm-hmm.
were being reprinted, because one I really like Bitter Blossom. It's basically a really good mono black card in my Ayara deck, and I love Bloodghast. I use Bloodghast a lot.
Yeah,
So
I'm one that loves secret layer, but more because of the 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 aesthetics,
aesthetic, yeah.
and because as well, like JP, my favorite commander it was Golos until it got banned, and I did stop playing Super Friends due to that I couldn't find a commander that would suit what of my play style. So then that commander before the Golos band, JP knows and the playgroup knows that I was trying to foil out that commander completely. And if it was not foiled out, it had secret layer aesthetics. So that was the whole plan of the commander. And that right now is going to be continuing because of Joda, but I like to do the same thing. Like if it's a commander that I'm going to be constantly using, you know, it's a commander that I want to foil out or at least make pretty. So there's the final topic of tonight. We're just going to be touching a little bit of basis of this topic because again, if we do talk about it fully in regards of our points of views and if it and thank God, well not thank God because it would have been awesome that Chris and Orengo would be here because I think that this would have added 2 more hours to the podcast. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but but um, but right now, it's JP and me. We can just touch bases of this acquisition that was recently announced. So eBay, I think it was like a couple of weeks ago. eBay did announce that they bought TCG Player, but that's not all. The thing is that what's odd is that TCG Player bought two more companies beforehand. So TCG Player bought a database company. I don't remember what it was called, but they did buy the database company, and as well they bought Channel Fireball. This is really interesting because TCG Player, being a brand that sponsors content creators, buying Channel Fireball that does the same thing, and then China Fireball actually announcing that they do have a lot of sellers in their platform, but they do have like you can make sure that the cards that you buy are from an actual local game store. So, for example, if me and JP are in the same place, let's say that we're in Capitan Granuja, and we want to buy cards from ISD Gaming, we can. You can actually filter the local game stores in your area, so you can know which stores are actually selling in Chandler Fireball. So that will give you the opportunity to make sure that you're buying the cards from an actual store, not like in TCG Player that you can buy the cards from somebody that just wants to sell cards or there are actual verified stores as well. But this acquisition of eBay buying TCG Player, what makes this an issue is the fact that the third party market will start losing their monopoly, even though we still have a
Or
couple of
we
stores
saw gaining a monopoly.
gaining a monopoly. My bad. Because even though we still have a couple of brands still out there like Cool Stuff Inc., we still have Card Kingdom, we still have a couple of cool brands out there, but having these big acquisitions, it's kind of how would you say it, uh, worrying. So JP, what do you think
I
about
yeah.
this?
I think it's more alarming than worrying. Like it's kind of shocking in a way. It's mostly because TCG acquired, TCG Player acquired the Channel Fireball, and then eBay acquired them. So it's like
Exactly.
eBay acquiring two companies at once. And if I'm not mistaken, just like the article that specifies eBay acquiring TCG Player, Channel Fireball kind of does work independently at the same time as within TCG Player, and TCG Player will be working as its own thing and its own source within eBay. So it'll be its own thing and it'll operate independently. It still kind of feels like, in a way, the money is going elsewhere, and hopefully that doesn't show. Hopefully, it doesn't like it's just business as usual, and there are no drastic changes in prices and how everything is dealt with.
Mm-hmm.
Because now that everything's under one name, if that one name gets larger, and then they acquire, let's say, if they let's say they acquire Cool Stuff Inc.,
Oh
that's
God.
a problem.
Yeah.
Because the big three, from what I've noticed, is Cool Stuff Inc., TCG Player, and Card Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Channel Fireball was always good as a community thing. I've never seen Channel Fireball like in my eyes. I never saw Channel Fireball as as somewhere to buy cards.
I agree.
So that's why I'm not like too shocked like with the TCG acquiring Channel Fireball. It's like, oh, it's okay. But eBay, which is another place where people used to sell cards and people would used to like bid, because that was the big thing. The big thing that is the big thing in eBay.
in
You can bid
eBay. Yeah,
cards. Uh, I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna like affect TCG Player. Hopefully, not in a negative way. But it's just, you know, something to keep to keep our eyes on it.
yeah. I feel the same way. You should keep the eyes on it, even though the third party market will still exist because there will be more websites out there to resell your cards. Um, Due to the fact that eBay it's trying to have that premium. Uh, it's not premium seller, but premium like collectors, because right now, if you know, I know this is just eyeballing another topic, but if you want to buy shoes, you want to make sure that they're legit. So recently, people have been saying that buying shoes at StockX, you get fakes sometimes in a high price. And then eBay right now, in certain shoe conventions, eBay is there like that they can put like a little tag that confirms that your shoes are legit. But they have people that check your shoes, your product. And then eBay is doing the same thing with Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, collectible cards, where there are policies that you as a buyer, if let's say JP buys a Black Lotus, let's put it that in perspective. If JP buys a Black Lotus and then he goes ahead and checks the Black Lotus, and he says this Black Lotus is fake, and then he does send that evidence to eBay, eBay can refund him the money because probably the seller was not legitimate, or the card was not certified, because there are ways that you can get like certifications of authenticity now in cards. It's really interesting. Not only PSA, because right now if you go to PSA or any of these companies that grade your cards, you can actually have your card authenticated instead of graded. So it's like a certificate that says that the card is legit. So I don't know. I hope that, like what JP said, I just hope that all of this acquiring makes it to go to the positive side and not affect, people that are just trying to make an extra dollar in TCG Player, or people that want to start their own business by selling cards in the platform and then having their own local game store. You know, I just hope that TCG Player stays as it is, or if it if it upgrades in a good way. You know, so I don't know. Like I just hope it's all good. Now what we're expecting is Dominaria United. Uh, I've heard good and bad things in social media, especially. I wish I had more details because I didn't have time to watch the video. But the Magic historian did mention that Dominaria United, this is like a messed up set. Um, I'll give you guys more details in the future. Probably I'll make a TikTok or something talking about it. But I just hope that this set does brings good to the community, especially with the remastered set. That is really interesting. You know what's the interesting part, JP?
Huh?
Carlos asked me. He was like, "Hey, dude, what's Dominaria remastered?" I'm like, "Didn't you see the wait? Didn't you see the live stream?" He didn't know what was included in Dominaria remastered. I was like, "Oh God." He did see the live stream first than me, so I was really shocked. So, JP, do you have any last words or anything that you want to add into any of the topics that we've spoken tonight?
No, for the most part, I'm kind of interested in the now that you mentioned it, kind of interested in that secret lair. It might be interesting to see, especially like the imaginary friend one.
Yeah.
I get a dud in Matter Reshaper, but everything else is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And all the talismans are gonna be cool.
I like the fact that they have them in that old school artwork.
Yeah, that's exactly why I wanted.
Yes.
I'm what I'm going to be doing with Osgear is getting the foil versions that are old school art, and if
Mm-hmm.
a old school art does not have a foil version, I'm going to check online if an Etsy artist could make it for me, and order a proxy. And my so that
Okay.
way, because I know Memory Jar comes in foil from the Vault version, but
Okay. Yeah,
Memory Jar does not come in foil with the old school border. So I'm
that
gonna
is
see
true.
if an artist could make me a version that's like in foil etched or foil normal, like
Mm-hmm.
with the Wizard of the Coast star or everything, or
Yeah.
something foil like with that with that style for
It's like
cards. Something like Mana Vault. Mana Vault does not have a foil version that is an old border.
that is true.
So something like that. See those cards that are like I have them, but they just don't exist in
Mm-hmm.
that old border style in foil.
I don't
So
know.
I'm gonna have to order a few of those
Old
and
school bordered
see.
foil cards are.
And of course, whenever I play with them, I'll tell, hey, these are proxies, but I do have the real card.
Exactly. Just do that in your play group.
Yeah,
As soon as you play a commander or have a commander deck, do like in all the shows. Like in, well, not all of them, but at
it's
least
it's it's all about the
uh
real zero talk. It's like, yeah,
exactly.
if this bothers you, I'll just switch them out for the real card.
Mm-hmm.
I currently have a proxy of I'm like, an example of that is my Wheel of Fortune. I currently own a Wheel of Fortune, but the only Wheel of Fortune is not only a reserve list card, but it's an alpha beta revised card. Like it's just not gonna be reprinted ever, and it's not
Mm-hmm.
gonna have a foil version. And the only actual foil version is a technicality with it, which is the Judge promo, and the Judge promo is
Yeah.
like $1,200. You can't really expect me to
Nah.
you know. So I actually have a foil proxy.
Unless your cash is March or
All the
Post Malone,
money, all the money.
all the
But yeah,
money.
that's something I do with my commanders. How about you, John?
So for me as well, in regards of Dominaria United, I did get excited about the set, but then due to that the release is so close, I really just want to buy singles. I really don't want to buy, like, even my wife told me like, "Hey, are you going to buy a box?" I'm like, "Nah, I'll just probably buy a kit and a bundle, and that's it, and keep my day going, or just buy a bundle and that's it, and then um, buy singles because I really do want to buy the bundle more for the dice because the dices are really big." Um, and So let me see. For the secret layer, I'm really excited to. I really do want to get the one from Jaja, because there are a lot of cards that I can really use for my mono red commander. As well, it could spice it up in terms of like aesthetics, due to the fact that that commander has a lot of the collectible Chandras that I have. So I'm still missing a couple that I haven't bought yet, but uh, I do have a lot of like collectible Chandras in that commander, and the other one, obviously, the talismans. The talismans is obviously is a good buy. Are cards that you can use in commander a lot. Um, if you have like, I would say like spots that you're missing rocks, or you want cheap mana rocks, then you go there. You go. Talismans are right there. From the other ones, the other one that I would love to buy is the one that has the Knight Exemplar and the other night, because of the artwork, and I really do like the theme. the theme that has like post-apocalyptic and modern day, and plus medieval. I really do love it. So from there, I wish that we were in Australia and we would be drinking boba tea right now, themed out in Magic the Gathering. I would love me some Jaja juice, even though that sounds wrong. Me thinking about it right now. So
Hmm.
JP, so JP, where can the people find you?
Well, the people can find me here in the Cardboard Cave podcast. But how about you? Can
So
find you?
where can you guys find me? I do reviews once in a while in my website, realinfilms.com as well. Or Orengo does reviews there as well. We will be having another compatriot joining the team as well. So sadly, we haven't had a chance to talk in regards to adding him. Uh, but we will have somebody else in the Real In Films website posting their reviews. Um, you can find me in the Nerdy Basement. I collaborate with them. I do content for them in regards of interviews. I interview directors, actors, or producers as well of films or series. So there's a couple of interviews that are still not uploaded yet, but they're upcoming more. So there's two available right now. One for the film Tiny Cinema and one for the film Something in the Woods. Um, as well in the Movie Guy podcast. Every Tuesday, we talk about movies, reviews, and much more. I do have my own show, Up Left Right, that I talk about video game movies. Let me see, what else? What else? What else? Here in the Cardboard Cave podcast, obviously. Very active in some social media, like Chris mentions. Some most of the time, he's the one that like manages the Facebook page in regards of comments. He's the one that sometimes like reacts to your comments and comments below. As well, Orengo and me are the ones that usually work on the TikTok. So if you guys love TikTok, follow us on TikTok. We are currently right now almost reaching 700 followers. So our goal right now is to reach 1,000 to be able to do live streams on TikTok. So please, if you guys love our content, go to TikTok, follow us. The giveaway winners will be announced next week. Next week probably will be commander night, or probably will be a podcast night. Um, we'll just talk about that. Follow our social media so they can know when, what we're going to be doing, and as well follow our social media to be up to date in the Magic the Gathering community. Especially that JP is already cooking up something for all of you that we're still in the works, but it's coming. So I hope everybody has a great, amazing rest of your week. Um, and thank you. And we will see you in the next one. And I, like always, I forget to set this up. And this is going to be the end of the podcast. So, guys, see you in the next one. Bye bye.